Today I'm gonna read a very lengthy comment that was posted on my channel. It's this one. Well, the one you see on screen is a part of it. It was posted by Adalyn. You on my routes I wanna see on SCR video. It is all the routes he wants to see on SCR, by operator. Let's start with the routes he wants for Connect. The first route that he wants is St. Helens Bridge to Lynn. I don't think there's a need for that really. You can just do St. Helens Bridge to Edgemead, and then Edgemead to Lynn. It is gonna skip some stations, but it really doesn't matter. The next route he wants is St. Helens Bridge to Benton. No need for that either. The next routes he wants are St. Helens Bridge to Leighton City or West, calling at all stations to Leighton City or Leighton West, excluding Angel Pass. I agree with Adalyn here. It would be a good route for Connect. The next route he wants is Willowfield to Stepford Central via Hemden Barracks and the Whitefield extension, which he says it's probably not possible, calling at Hemden Park branch platform, Hemden Barracks, Stepford UFC, Whitefield Lido, High Street, Stepford East and Stepford Central. This is definitely not possible. I mean, an extension on Connect would be nice, but it isn't coming to the game anytime soon. The next routes he wants are St. Helens Bridge to Port Benton or Stepford Airport Central, calling at all stations to Port Benton or Stepford Airport Central. I don't think there's a need for these routes. The routes from the Stepford area, Beachley or Willowfield to Port Benton or Stepford Airport Central is just fine. The next route he wants is Leighton West to West Wyvern, calling at all stations from Leighton West to West Wyvern. I don't think that's a bad route. The next routes he wants are Leighton West to Stepford Central or Stepford Victoria, calling at all stations to Stepford Central or Victoria. There is no need for that. You can just do Leighton West to Leighton City, and then do either Leighton City to Stepford Central or Leighton City to Stepford Victoria. He also wants Leighton West to St. Helens Bridge and West Wyvern, which he already said, and to Beachley and Willowfield. I just think we need Beachley or Willowfield to Leighton City. If that route ever comes, if you wanna go to Leighton West, just do Leighton City to Leighton West after you've completed the route from Beachley or Willowfield. Now we're gonna move on to the routes he wants for Waterline. The first Waterline routes he wants are Newry Harbour to James Street, Greenslead, Benton and Morganstown. The route from Newry Harbour to Greenslead used to exist prior to version 1.0, before it got replaced by Newry Harbour to Connolly. The route from Newry Harbour to James Street isn't a bad idea. Well, when the Waterline extension comes, I think it'll terminate at the new Waterline station rather than James Street. For Newry Harbour to Morganstown, I think what would be better is Newry to Morganstown. And for Newry Harbour to Benton, absolutely not. There are no terminating platforms at Benton for the trains coming from the Newry area. But you might be asking, did you suggest Willowfield to Benton on Connect, when there are no terminating platforms at Benton for Connect trains coming from the Stepford area? I did a year ago, but now, I don't think we need it anymore. The final routes he wants for Waterline are Benton to James Street and Benton to Connolly, calling at all stations from Benton to James Street or Connolly. Not a bad route suggestion, but I wouldn't care if they don't come to the game. Now we're gonna move on to the routes he wants for Express. The first route he wants for Express is Stepford Central to Morganstown, calling at St. Helens Bridge, Ellesmere Junction and Morganstown. That is not happening, because there are no terminating platforms for express tracks at Morganstown. But you might be asking, can the express trains terminating at Morganstown use platforms 1 and 2 like the Connect trains terminating at Morganstown? No, and this is because it would cause congestion in the Morganstown area. The next route he wants for Express is Stepford Central to Lynn via Berryley and Millcastle, calling at Berryley, Leighton Stepford Road, Leighton City, Millcastle and Lynn. Not a good idea. I don't think Stepford Express will stop at Berryley, and the express platforms at Millcastle are disused. But you might be asking, did you suggest Express stopping at Millcastle? I did a year ago, but now, I don't think Express needs to stop at Millcastle anymore. And the final route he wants for Express is St. Helens Bridge to Lynn via Berryley, calling at Berryley, Leighton City, Wester Coast, North Shore and Lynn. Absolutely not. Express will not have routes terminating or starting at St. Helens Bridge, and plus, Express shouldn't stop at Beryley, at least from my point of view. And now we're gonna move on to the routes he wants for Airlink. The first route he wants is Stepford Central to Airport Terminal 2, but instead of a loop at Terminal 2, he wants the players to choose whether they want to do a loop route or terminate at Terminal 2. The route you said already exists, and of course it'll do a loop from Airport Central to Terminal 2 via Terminal 1. That's the way it goes. The next route he wants for Airlink is St. Helens Bridge to Stepford Airport Central, calling at Ellesmere Junction, Beryley, Morganstown, Stepford Airport Parkway and Stepford Airport Central. No fucking way. It makes no sense for Airlink to have routes terminating or starting at St. Helens Bridge. Besides, only one Airlink route calls at St. Helens Bridge, and that is Stepford Central to Stepford Airport Central. Slow. The next route he wants for Airlink is Stepford Central to Terminal 3, calling at Stepford Airport Central, Terminal 2 and Terminal 3. Not a bad route suggestion. The next route he wants is Airport Central to Airport Parkway. Oh fuck no. There are no terminating platforms at Airport Parkway, so this route will never happen. He also wants Airport Central to Terminal 2, and Airport Parkway to Terminal 2. These will never happen either, because 1. There are no terminating platforms at Airport Central for trains coming from the airport terminals, and 2. No terminating platforms at Airport Parkway like I said before. He also wants Airport Parkway or Airport Central to Terminal 3, which will never happen either for the reasons I said just a few seconds ago. And the last route he wants for Airlink is Airport Parkway to Leighton Stepford Road. That will never happen in a million trillion years. Overall, I disagree with the majority of the routes that he said in that comment. The majority of them are routes that don't make any sense or the ones that we don't need. However, there were some that I agreed with, like St. Helens Bridge to the Leighton area. What do you think of the suggestions that Adalyn posted in that comment? I wanna know your thoughts in the comments. That's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for future content, and I will see you later.